We want to end the day today by sharing a little bit from our students about the experience here at Maryville College. And while the students have been with our peer mentors all day, the family members have not. So this is a nice way, we think, to wrap up the day by bringing you all back together. In order to do that, we think it's helpful to know just a little bit more about Maryville College and the fact that we are an institution so grounded in our history and tradition. In just a short year or so from now, we will celebrate our 200th year in existence, which I think is extraordinary and phenomenal. Not a lot of institutions can say that. You have heard us talk about a liberal arts education throughout the day, and that is at the core of what Maryville College is about. We value diversity in service. We honor our church relatedness through embracing faith and learning on our campus community. And really, we just strive to be a community that cares about one another. Hopefully you'll find that that's expressed through our institutional mission, which really talks about preparing students for lives of citizenship and leadership. And I think that you will hear about that some today from our peer mentors, but you've probably also seen that exemplified today in the folks that you've interacted with. We also embrace a statement of purpose, which typically I don't like to read everything on the slide, but this one I find extraordinarily meaningful and would like to take the opportunity just to share with you that a portion of our statement of purpose really speaks to the idea of an atmosphere of freedom and sensitivity in Maryville College, and that we challenge all human beings to search for truth, to work for justice, to develop wisdom, and to become loving persons. Through that, the college believes that it must listen attentively and humbly to all human voices. This statement of purpose is what brought me to this campus, and the fact that in this community here, we value everyone for the individuality that they bring to our community and in what they aspire to do. And quite humbly, what I share is the students are the reason that I came here. They blew me away during my time interviewing with them in January, and I was privileged to come here and become their vice president and dean of students. So it's now my privilege to turn it over to our peer mentors and have you get a chance to hear from them about their experience at Maryville College. What I'm going to ask them to do is introduce themselves and include what year they are, their major, and where they're from. You might have heard that this morning, but that was several hours ago, so you might have forgotten. And then I'm going to ask each peer mentor as they introduce themselves to share one thing that they wish that they had known before coming to campus for the first time.
Hi, my name is Andrew Garcia. I'm a sophomore from Miami, Florida, and I'm a marketing major with a minor in physical therapy. I think the biggest thing that I wish I knew before I came to college was knowing how to study. And I think a lot of people think they know how to study, but they really don't. I think, I thought note cards were a waste of time in high school, and I learned really quickly that those were my biggest saviors, pretty much, coming for test time. Thank you.
My name is Renee Reeve. I am from Knoxville, Tennessee. I am a senior, and I am in international studies with an Asian track, sociology, double major. One thing I wish I knew was that the friends that you make freshman year, sometimes they don't stick with you when you go on to sophomore year, and that's okay. It's just natural. That happens to everyone. Friends change, groups change, especially going from freshman to sophomore year. And so you just have to be able to embrace that change.
Hi, my name is Janice Lindsay. I'm going to my sophomore year. One thing that I probably wish I would have known when I came to college is that it's okay to not be okay. Just personally, through my college career, I've learned that things won't always go your way, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's other people that go through the same thing, so you're not alone. So it's okay to not be okay.
Hi, my name is Mindy, and I'm from Maryville, Tennessee, and my major is music education, and I'll be a junior. And I think the one thing that I wish I had known was that it's okay to ask questions, especially to your professors. In high school, sometimes you get made fun of for asking questions, but there's no shame in trying to get a better education.
My name is Eddie. I'm going to be a senior. I'm a neuroscience major, and I am from Lebanon, Tennessee. So before I came to college, I think one thing I would have liked to know is, and it kind of ties in with Andrew's thing about failing, is that, I just forgot. been a long day, I'm sorry. Is that your freshman year is kind of like your trial run. The first semester is the trial run. You haven't done this before. My group already heard this. They're probably rolling their eyes. But you haven't done this before. It's your first time in a new place, in a new home with new people. So it's okay to make a mistake and maybe make that C or maybe 4. It's okay to make that B. It's not the end of the world. Use freshman year to learn where you're slacking and pick up that slack and do better next time. And just because you fail one test doesn't mean the world's over. I made my first 50 in freshman year, and I was like, oh, God, here we go. And I made a B in the class. It's not that bad. There's always room for improvement. Learn from your mistakes, and don't let them hold you back.
My name is Lauren Billiter. I'm going to be a senior. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm a biochemistry major. One thing that I wish I would have known before I came to college is that the typical, college life, or what most people call college, that doesn't really fit the mold here. You just kind of are whoever you want to be here. And I don't think I really thought differently, but I didn't really know what to expect when I came to college. So kind of the chip on your shoulder, or baggage, or whatever you have that's at home, you have a completely new beginning that you're going to have at college, and to embrace that.
Now, one of the things I want to brag on about our peer mentors, besides I think they're extraordinary representatives of our college, is one of our peer mentors, Andrew, flies up here every time to serve as a peer mentor because he's not on campus this summer. And I think that that is extraordinary and represents how passionate our students are about being part of our Scots family. And Eddie, a little bit further down the row there, came to us today after an hour of sleep because he worked overnight in the hospital. And again, I just think that speaks to how passionate our students are about helping your students have a positive transition to our campus community. With that, I want to open it up to you all in the audience, students or family members, any one of you. Again, we have peer mentors with microphones. This is your opportunity to ask quite candidly anything and everything you want to that you still haven't gotten answered from the day or that has come up over the day. And if your brains are a little tired, we have some prompts we can help you along, but really want to make sure that you have a chance to hear from students about the experiences here at Maryville College.
Hi, I was wanting to know when and how can you join clubs here?
So, in the beginning of the fall, a little bit after orientation, about maybe a week or two after school starts, we have this thing called Opportunities of a Lifetime Fair. And during that time, a lot of the clubs come out, they have a table. My club has Super Smash Bros. Going on. And the science club has cookies on it with all the elements on it, and you guess the element and you get a cookie. So there's a lot of different clubs with a lot of different interests, and you go over there and you sign up, and that's how you get to be part of a club. You get emails from them. So it's really important to actually read your emails. I struggle with that.
I think along with that, don't be too worried about jumping into a ton of stuff, because what happens is really enjoy your first week here, your first few weeks here. Get involved, and online we have on the website somewhere that you can go to, and you can find all the clubs and organizations that we have. So you go ahead and take a look at stuff and explore different things, but you do not have to get super involved. And the big thing is there's not a cutoff date for being involved with things. So if you decide a little bit later on in the year that you want to get involved, you can.
What did you find super helpful to have in your dorm room?
I'll also start this again. I'm short. I don't know if anyone realized that in the lineup when it's whoop, whoop, whoop. As a freshman, the closets are really tall. And there's these shelves that are really hard to get to. Molly knows this because I used her a lot because she's tall. And I can't put stuff up there and grab it without either a tall person like Molly or a ladder. So I was really glad that my mom got me because I didn't think about this. Costco stepladder. You can get it at Target. I guess you can get it at Costco. And it's really good, especially for short people. I'm 5 foot, if that gives you a good estimate on what the height thing is. So if you're short, get a ladder, or else you're not going to get to that closet.
So one thing that I was really glad that I brought my freshman year was a boombox. And I'm not talking like just like a radio, I'm talking like a 90s, like throw it on your shoulder boombox. And specifically because everybody has their favorite CD, right? You got your favorite CD and you bring it with you because it's your favorite CD. So one really cool thing that we did, like when we were freshmen, was we would all bring in our favorite CDs and we would play it for each other. And it was a really cool icebreaker to get to know people. Just don't do it during quiet hours.
I know I always, I loved like the mattress pads or those bed pads. Like I'd buy like 5 of them if I could. They're the best things in the world.
Another thing that I've recommended is to not split the price on an item. So when you're talking to your roommate and you both you want to share a fridge, don't split the cost on it because someone has to go home with it at the end of the year. And that may sound fun and games right now. You're not wasting a lot of money, but at the end of the year that can get kind of tricky, especially if there's any argument at all, or it's just at the end of the year someone wants to take it. Just stuff can happen. So what I would recommend doing is someone bring a microwave, someone bring a fridge, someone bring this or that and split. But definitely talk to your roommate and definitely talk to your RA, because I'm an RA and I brought a microwave for my whole floor. So no one really needed a microwave and half of my girls took them home. So talk to them because not everyone does that, but some people do.
So peer mentors, why don't you each take the opportunity to share with the students and their families what's one tip that you have for first year student success?
For me, one of the things that I really like about Maryville is how willing the professors are to help you learn. If you're ever struggling in a class, don't think for a second that you cannot go to your professor's class or your professor's office hours and not ask them a question. They are so willing to sit there and help you learn and help you figure it out no matter how long it takes. It's honestly one of the best things. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a teacher and been like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I need you to catch me up. And they sit there and they make it happen. And that's a really good tip for success, because the way I think about it is, who is better to ask the question about the test than the person writing the test? It's really that simple.
I think that one of the best things that Maryville has here, and a lot of people think it's just for athletes, but it's really for everybody on campus, is Cooper Success, and it's run by Noah Bowman, who all the freshmen will meet on their first week, and he does a great job of setting up students and making them tutors and helping out kids that aren't failing the class. Like, you just want a better grade, you can have a B+ and go to him, and he'll set you up with a tutor, and you will get an A-, or, I mean, it's a great tool to have, and he has a tutor for pretty much any subject you can possibly think of.
Mine is more of a social tip more than an academic tip. I always encourage freshmen that when you don't want privacy, to keep the doors to your dorm open. It is a great way to form a community on your floor. It's a great way to meet new people. I know my freshman year, I kept my door open when I was moving in, the next day, and one of my friends started walking around, well, wasn't my friend then, now is my friend. She started walking around and peeping into everyone's dorms, oh, hi, this is my name, how are you? Do you want to walk around the floor with me? And I was like, sure. And we ended up walking around, and we ended up becoming really good friends. And I became friends with her roommate, and then she became friends with my roommate, and we just started making a friend group right on our floor, all because of that, all because we kept our doors open. And it also goes another way in keeping the doors to your mind open. College has a lot of different experiences. You can take archery, you can join Harry Potter Club, you can join science club, you can try to do intramurals try a new sport. And so it's a good way to keep an open mind and to gain new experiences. So keep your doors open both figuratively and literally. But please keep them closed while you're getting dressed.
So my tip for freshmen would be, and most of you have already heard this in the MC Traditions room, my tip would be to join at least one club or organization on campus that is non-academic. That way you are building community with people that have different interests than you, are into different majors, have different minors, and it's just a really cool way to find a common connection with somebody other than academia.
Well, they kind of all took off mine, but I would probably encourage freshmen just to basically do something that makes you uncomfortable. Like, if it's to talk to someone new, talk to someone new. If it's to just go to a different club, go to a different club, or just do something out of your comfort zone. Like, get involved, like, do something new. And then another one is to prioritize, because when I tell you that it is very important to make a schedule to get things done, I'm saying it is a lifesaver. Because for me, my personal experiences, like I've had like classes like back to back, and I had assignments due, and I would freak out because I didn't get this assignment done because I wait till the last minute. So like prioritize, like make sure you got all of your responsibilities in order before you like have fun or whatever, because it'll pay off in the end. Because then you won't have anything to worry about, and so it's like. Yeah, so, yeah.
I think mine would be, I came into college thinking I needed to have like a planner and a schedule and all this stuff that did not work for me. Like I took everyone else's advice and I didn't figure out what worked best for me. So what works best for me is having like a big calendar on my desk to write out stuff, because if I have a planner, it'll work for the first week, or I'll write it down and then I'll never go back and look at it. So it's like having it on my desk or on my wall and writing out stuff for the month, that helped me the most. So academic wise, that was the best for me, and definitely going off of what they said about being social or having to open doors. I was the person who went to class, went to practice, and then I went back to my room. And I really shut myself off, and it kind of made me hate it, not because of anything the school did, because of what I did to myself. And so definitely if you get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, like I want to transfer, I want to do something else, I want to like I hate it here, it's probably mainly because of stuff that you're doing, because there are so many opportunities here to branch out and to talk to people, to do things. So yeah, give it a chance if you get to that point.
Any questions in the audience at this point? All right, so peer mentors, how about you talk a little bit about what's a challenge that you faced when you came to campus, and how did you navigate that challenge?
So my challenge is probably going to be really funny to you all, but also like really relatable. So I'm from here in Maryville, and so for the first semester that I was here, I didn't do my laundry. And not that like I just wore gross clothes, but I took it home to my mom to do, because I just didn't want to do laundry. Like it was uncomfortable for me. I'd never done it before. I'm an only child. I'm a little bit spoiled. And so, then my second semester, I was like, Mindy, this is really lame. Like all your friends are doing laundry, you got to hop on board here. So I did, and I literally broke the washer. I mean, like I piled in like 3 or 4 weeks of clothes in one washer and then tried to wash it. So like they had to like bring in someone to fix the washer. Like that's how bad it was. You'll have a lot of little challenges your freshman year, like trying to do laundry and learning how to like microwave something that doesn't have microwave instructions on it. And it may seem like really silly and really funny, but sometimes those are the things that just really get to you. And if it gets to you, it's okay, because it gets to everybody. So just know that there are relatable small challenges throughout your entire freshman year, and just laugh at it. Just go with it, go with the flow, and everything will be okay. In the end, they're just the little things. So
mine was reaching the top shelf of my closet, and I solved it by getting a ladder. In actual reality, my hardest thing was probably making friends. Even though I'm up here and I'm in theater and stuff, I am actually pretty much an introverted person. And so I had a hard time making new friends. I went to the same school my entire life. I had the same group of friends my entire life. So this whole thing of like getting a new friend group. So how I solved that was actually with the help of my brother. I'm the youngest one, so I'm the last one to go into college. And so my brother told me that for the first month, you should take every opportunity you can to go to everything that you can. Especially for orientation week, he told me go to all the events because you'll meet a bunch of people because everyone is in the same boat as you. No one here knows everyone. Like, if you already have a friend here, good for you, but you're in the minority. Like, most of us here are strangers. So I took solace in that fact that we're all strangers, we all don't know each other. And I took the advice I took from the peer mentors during my time about keeping our doors open. And like I said, I made a friend through that. And so you just got to just get outside of your comfort zone. Go to things, put yourself out there. And I know it's hard. I know it's really, really hard, especially for some of us. But you'll turn out so much better for it, and you'll be so happy that you did it.
So who has an 8 a.m. class and is not a morning person? Yeah, see? Yeah, y'all like me.
Half the students raised their hand. Just
I'm trying to tell you. My biggest challenge is waking up in the morning for my 8 a.m. classes. That was my biggest challenge. Like, I would definitely sleep through my alarm and everything. Because like back home, I'm so used to my mom waking me up to get ready for school and everything. So I think waking up would probably be my biggest challenge. And another one thing was being encouraged, because I know like in college you're going to go through so much stuff and you're not alone. But for me to help me like get through that, I would have like Post-it notes, and I have like quotes that are inspirational. I have like a Bible verse, or I have like a phone number for a mom to call, or just like a shoulder to lean on. I would just have like establish that foundational system, because I'm telling you, when y'all go through those hard times, y'all gonna need some friends to like help you like to get through that, because I know I definitely need that. And without my friends, I wouldn't be sitting up here today, honestly. So just establish that, like get friendly, like establish those relationships. Like she said, put yourself out there. I mean, the worst that can happen is one to say no, but you can go to the next person. But I mean, I'm always here for you guys too, so by all means.
I think the biggest challenge for me coming in was deciding what I wanted to do. So I came in, little freshman ed, like, I'm going to do biochemistry. Remember that F I got in biology? Yeah. I wasn't doing biochemistry. Learned that real fast. And so I've probably switched my majors about, 4 or 5 times. It was so bad that I was 3 weeks into thesis and was like, I think I want to change my major again. For those who don't know, thesis is like a big, experiment you do at the end of your senior year. And so it's a little too late to be changing majors at that point, but I still did it. So it's, and so now I'm pretty much locked into what I'm doing. But so just, it's okay. You're gonna hit roadblocks. You're gonna change your mind. Don't come in thinking you're gonna hit the straight and narrow. Be willing, be flexible. Realize like, hey, I want to get out of college with some good grades so I can go to a good grad school. I might not need to change to biochemistry. And so just be willing to be flexible and don't be afraid to make changes in your plans, because everything will work out in the end. It's college. It's time to learn new things and realize that, hey, you can't be a biochemist.
This might be what happens with 1 hour of sleep.
It's the truth.
I don't know how you follow that up, but I think that my biggest issue was when I came here. I'm on the baseball team here, and obviously, you guys all you college athletes and football players and baseball players and women's lacrosse or women's basketball and everything here. Like, you guys will obviously find out that your coaches love to squeeze every hour that they have that the NCAA gives them, and they will have you out there until 9:30 at night if that's what they want. So you guys need to find something that will keep you guys sane, I guess. I know I tried learning guitar, and I say try because I only know one song. and it's only strumming up and down. So I'm not very good, but that's my stress relief, and I guess just find yours.
My parents went to college, but I'm the oldest of my siblings. So me coming to college, I really didn't know anything about it. And coming to Maryville, I'm only from Knoxville, but I didn't know anyone when I was coming here. And so I think I was really nervous about that. And I felt like everyone around me knew exactly what they wanted to do. So I played this perfect game of, I know exactly what I want to do. And that's really overwhelming. And so finding people around you that you can say, like, I have no idea. And like Jenny said, like, being like, it's okay to not be okay, and working through that and surrounding yourself with good people, whether that's professors or friends or just things that you do or stress relievers. Those are all really good things.
So the last thing I'm going to ask the peer mentors to talk to you about is for each of them to share what their best experience at Maryville College has been to date.
I think my favorite experience was definitely freshman orientation, whitewater rafting, week 1. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I don't think I've ever seen a live tree in my life that isn't a palm tree. So I think going out for 4 days, I think it was, and sleeping in a tent might have been the worst but best decision I ever made here. And obviously getting to go whitewater rafting for free, that was just a bonus. I mean, I made friends there that are still my friends, and they probably will be my friends for a while.
So this isn't technically on campus, but it still counts. So my best experience was the Maryville College Concert Choir does tours every year, and my freshman year, we actually had the opportunity to go to Scotland for 10 days, which was absolutely incredible. If you ever get a chance to go anywhere, go to Scotland, because it kind of looks like here, but kind of doesn't. And so what we did while we were there was we actually were singing. You know, we sang 5 or 6 times, but we also got to see literally all of Scotland. Like, we went to 4 different cities. But the best part of that trip was by far the connections that I made with people in my ensemble, because it didn't really click with me until we got there that we were like actually a family. So I encourage you to find a group, and it will make your experience here on campus way more exciting and way more worth it. The presence, PRESENCE, of other people is way more valuable than, you know, like spending money on whatever, like actually having experiences, whether it's at the Great Smoky Mountains or in Scotland singing at the Queen's Church of Scotland. Like, find your presence here on campus, because it's definitely worth it.
There's a lot. I think to come up with the best is a cruel question. So I guess all of my best experiences come from the fact that Maryville has so many opportunities for you. Where I went to school, there was no orchestra. So when I went here, I was able to join an orchestra for the first time, and that was absolutely amazing. I was able to make friends from different countries. Like, I was able to go to Taiwan because I have a friend from Taiwan. The fact I was able to study abroad last semester, that was pretty awesome. I mean, technically not at Maryville, but was given because of Maryville. All the late night cookout runs. Cookout, by the way, is a fast food restaurant that is near here. It's open till 1 a.m. and it's open, open to 1 a.m. And I think later on weekends, I can't remember, but it's open really, really late, which is great for us. And there's over like 40 different milkshake flavors. So going out, having like a midnight milkshake cookout run is amazing. It's a great way to make friends.
Now do you see why I'm so passionate and privileged to be here and get to work with such amazing students? So join me in thanking the peer mentors. As we are wrapping up for the day, I just want to remind you of a few opportunities that you still have afterwards. You have the opportunity to visit Copeland Hall and again see a room that will be like the room that your student is in. You can visit with our financial aid office or go to the business office. They're open now until 4, and they're able to answer questions that you have. And again, they're open during business hours over the summer. If you don't have the opportunity to do that today, you can connect with them. The bookstore is still open, so if you want the opportunity to go in there and just browse around and kind of see what's available, you can do that. We also will offer a campus tour if you feel like you still have things that you want to see on campus. So with that, I want to say thank you for coming today, and we really appreciate your time and energy. And we hope that you have a good time on campus and look forward to you coming back for orientation this fall.